Overcoming obstacles to succeed and lead by example.
That was the dream and the reality for NFL Hall of Famer and Chesapeake's own Kenny Easley. 10 on your side's Collett has his inspiring story of turning out the negative to become an elite athlete and an even better person.
Kenny Easley is the oldest of 5, the son of a Marine and parents who were married for more than 40 years. He credits his father with making him the man he is today by convincing Kenny to believe in himself the way his father believed in him.
As a young black athlete, growing up in this area, it was not easy.
When Kenny's high school football career took off at Oscar Smith in Chesapeake, he found himself facing an awkward and confusing dynamic.
Some of the same people who would cheer for me at the games on Friday nights, when I was walking home from school after practices, would chase me in the neighborhood, throw rocks at me, and call me all kinds of names coming through the neighborhood.
Kenny knew then, as a young teenager, he wanted to leave the area.
And I knew also then that it was going to be football that was going to get me out of here.
In his senior year, 1977, some of Kenny's coaches told him he was a small-town kid who needed to play small-town football. Well, that didn't sit well with him.
I had a bigger aspiration for myself. My goal was to get out of the Southeast or the South.
For a long time, Kenny planned to go to the University of Michigan, but on National Signing Day at an assembly at his school,
I think it was Bruce Rader, had his camera there, and he said, okay, well, what are you going to do? And I just blurted out, I'm going to UCLA.
Kenny still isn't sure why the words UCLA came from his lips, but he credits divine intervention. That intervention and hard work led him to become a starter as a freshman and led to one of his most beloved moments, beating rival USC.
Up until that point, that was the greatest thing to happen in my career.
This football superstar always made it a point to lead by example.
The one thing that I did not want to do was to have to come back here as a failure.
Failure is not a word Kenny Easley uses in his vocabulary. After college, he signed with the Seattle Seahawks, and his success there led him to the NFL Hall of Fame, where he was inducted in 2017.
There are only 310 Pro Football Hall of Famers. 310. And Kenny Easley is number 306.
NFL Hall of Famer number 306 now dedicates his life to local children. He started a flag football league for them that not only teaches them the sport, but also provides mentorship and a sense of pride and family. Kenny says this is why he came back to Virginia.
So that when I leave this earth, somebody can say about Ken Easley, he did something because he cared about the children coming behind him.
If you're interested in signing your child up for Kenny's Flag Football League or learning more about the NFL Hall of Famer, go to our website, wavy.com, and click on this story. Collett, 10 on your side.
10 on your side is committed to celebrating Black History Month next week. A trip back in time to a day that was unlike most for the city of Suffolk. Anita Blanton explores why Martin Luther King Jr. paid a visit and the impact his words here in Hampton Roads had on a movement that was gaining momentum.